Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. If you don't know me, my name is Duhamel Bentley, and today, baby, we're talking about drugstore brands that are kind of killing it. We're partially doing this video in honor of e.l.f.'s latest launch, which is going to be the Chipotle launch. The sponge is the only thing that calls my attention. Leave in the comment down below if you would get the collection, if you wouldn't get the collection. I personally love Chipotle literally from top to bottom. Love, 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 love. Personally, I have never tried Qdoba, and if you are a Qdoba lover, girl, subscribe to the channel so you can learn about Qdoba transfers into Chipotle, because it is what it is. In today's video, we're going to be talking about several things, and one of the things that I want to start off with is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. You guys know that I already did the Camo Concealer. I will link that video down below. And if you haven't seen it, girl, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the craziness. Let me tell you something a little bit about this. So e.l.f. clearly at this point in time has shown us that she's just not playing any games. Like, she's here, she's in it to win it, and she's just really not playing games, which I'm really proud of the brand for that. I personally do own the actual, I feel like this is the dupe, not even the dupe, I feel like this is a ripoff of the It Cosmetics CC Cream. Of course, that one's developed by dermatologists, and if you guys want to see an in-depth review of the CC Cream, which I have it right here, boom, 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 let me know in the comments down below, and I will be happy to create one. This is a great product, so I'm interested to see if this is as good or even better, because price point already, you know, this is $14, which is so much more affordable than this. Again, sizing, this is, let me see here. Where are you, girl? 1.05 ounces, which is a little bit more than just a regular ounce. And then for this beautiful girl right here, she's going to be 1.8. So this is a little bit more than the e.l.f. However, even packaging looks pretty much the same. I kind of prefer this one a little bit. It just looks a little bit more my vibe, my style. This one's really cute too. But I mean, you guys, like, this is straight up a ripoff. Like, they weren't playing any games. They were like, and what, darling? It's crazy. I'm living my life. And I'm excited. I'm excited to try them and see what's going on. Of course, as you know, I have prepped and primed my skin. I'm just giving it a good old shake because we always need to shake the product before we apply it on the skin. Now, this is set out to be a very beautiful, natural medium coverage. You can build this up to be a full coverage, which is pretty lovely. Feels pretty fresh on the skin on first impressions. Okay, so first layer bases, this looks really natural. To be quite honest with you, it feels really comfortable. It doesn't even feel like I have anything on my skin. The color is a little bit too warm. I'm not too bothered by it because usually and typically I match my neck, which similars a little bit more to this type of tone. And with the powder, the baking, the magic, I won't have an issue. However, that's one of the things that I'm not the biggest fan of buying foundations in drugstore, is because you can't really try them in certain situations, like the current situation we are living in the world. You can't go into the store and try this on your skin. However, you will have a representative, for example, in Sephora, that can put it out and kind of show you, and based off of your, you know, preference and based off of what you normally use, you know, physically, you know, okay, this might work better, this might not. However, I think the coverage is really natural, really beautiful. It doesn't feel like I have anything at all on my skin. And although this is a little bit warmer and a little bit deeper than what I normally would go, I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like this gives my skin a little bit of a luminosity. And I mean, it's kind of like drying down just really nicely. I don't think it's enhancing the texture, the pores. It's just, it really does look really beautiful. Like, I'm kind of surprised. Let me do a second layer, which I normally do when I'm doing a review, and let's see if that builds up pretty well, because again, this is a medium to full foundation that you can really work your way up there. Same concept with the regular Your Skin But Better CC Plus. I do feel like the regular one though, you have to be careful, because if you do, you can build it up, but if you do too much, it's just gonna look, it looks a little too crazy. So let's see if the e.l.f. does that with us. I'm hoping she does it, because this first layer is just really nice. I feel like it covered up the blemishes that I had, you know, fairly well. Like for example, here I have one, it smoothed it out. I feel like it's just melting into the skin really nicely. Overall, so far, first impressions, this is looking really good. So let's go on for the second one, and let's see if this builds well. All right, you guys, so second layer is built on the skin. Honestly, I'm shocked of how good this is. A couple of really great things to note about this particular product is that it has a lot of really cool skincare benefits into it. Like for example, it has hyaluronic acid, which is very hydrating to the skin. It has niacinamide, which is very nourishing. You know, it's great for all different types of skin. You know, if you have, it just really does push you into a better skin environment. Also, it contains collagen, which, girl, you know, that's naturally in our skin and we continuously lose that after a certain age. Putting it back into the skin is going to topically just make the skin look incredible. And to be honest with you, this looks incredible on first impressions. I feel like it builds up really lovely. I don't think adding more to it is going to temper with texture whatsoever. I feel like my skin looks really nice and natural, even though I have 2 layers. And it definitely built up pretty lovely. I will say though, this is definitely a medium to a little bit of full, not to like a full. So keep that in mind. Definitely, if you are trying to target specific areas, I would advise you to prep the skin adequately. And usually I would advise you to do that either way. So this way you're not wasting product and you're getting that coverage that you're seeking. So let me do this. Let me think here. It comes in 20 shades, so there's a little bit of everything for everybody. I do believe that the shades are actually pretty stretchable, pretty wearable. They're not oxidizing on the skin more than what it's actually promoted. I mean, I'm really happy with this, you guys. Like, this is a really lovely experience so far. e.l.f. again has come out with another banger. I feel like, honestly, they're kind of like the drugstore brand. Every time they come out with something, it's like a banger after a banger. So congratulations to e.l.f. for another banger and for their new collection. I want to hop into the Wet and Wild. This is the new Megalast Incognito all day, full coverage concealer, girl. Okay, so I don't know why every time I think of Wet and Wild, I think of the theme park. I think of like, I'm wet and I'm wild and like, I don't know what's going on, but it is going on, right? So I tried, you know, scrolling through a little TikTok moment, and I saw this girl, actually, scratch that. Felipe sent me a link in TikTok that this girl was talking about, you know, this being an iconic product, and that it kind of was a mesh between Tarte Shape Tape and the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now, if you haven't seen the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer review, she'll be linked down below, honey. I've dropped some tea there. I spilled it out of my lovely tea kettle, pot, cup. I don't even know, but it spilled. And I said to myself, well, I haven't really tried much of Wet and Wild. let's see how this works. Felipe's like, let's get it, let's try it, let's, you know, it won't kill us. And I said, okay, all right. So the shade that I have here is going to be Light Honey. Very cute. They have a good amount of shades here. They have 21 shades, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I was shocked at the fact that this guy, Wet&Wild, launched so many shades, and this is $4.99, you guys. Let me say this again. $4.99. Now, keep in mind, if you do buy in drugstore, there are some sales sometimes going, so you might get it a little bit more affordable. You might have coupons, etc., etc. But retail price for these items are the ones that I'm providing. And I'm so excited, you guys. 21 shades is so cool. The only thing that I have a little bit of trouble with is, you know, again, drugstore is so hard to really figure out what works, what doesn't, what shades belong to you the best. So what I did was I used my favorite concealer, which is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Number one, how beautiful is this packaging? The shade that I use on Jeffree Star is C7, which I was so nervous because it kind of is similar to the drugstore experience because you could not select the shades in person. The only place I believe in the United States that Jeffree Star Cosmetics was physically was Morphe, and they're no longer with Morphe. So I purchased this online and I was like, stressing out so bad, but this is fabulous. Perfect shade. I absolutely love this shade. So I do normally use this as a guide to find my latest and greatest concealers. And I used it on foundation. Felipe and I, we partnered up and we used this in foundation. We found the shade in foundation. Oh my gosh. And this is it. Light Honey. It is honey. So I've been trying this out of camera, and to be honest with you, let me put it on so you can actually see what's going on here. First and foremost, no scent. Neither of these products have any fragrance to them. They look really nice and creamy. This little doe foot looks very, very cheap. However, for $4.99, girl, I don't really know what to expect other than just the money going into the formula. Packaging overall is really cute, feels nice and sturdy. I mean, it's drugstore, nothing too glamorous compared to, like, for example, the Gorgina George packaging that this Jeffree Star Cosmetics concealer is. And I'm going to toot my own horn, honey. I am gonna toot it because I'm about to, you know, smash this. If you can see it here, you can see that the product is literally like almost gone. And I've been so careful because I've noticed that some people break this little star. And I love kind of making my packaging as cute as and pristine as I can. And girl, it didn't break. It has remained. I have taken care of it. It's still nice and sturdy. It's very sharp. Like, I feel like Sailor Moon. I can, like, you know, I can conquer the world. And I'm proud that I didn't break this. But let's get back to the original concealer that we're talking about today, which is the Wet&Wild Megalast Incognito. Now, let me put this on because I will continue to ramble here, girl, and we don't want to do that, if you know what I mean. So I like to concentrate it a little bit around this area here. I do like to pull it a little bit up, just so it kind of controls the brightness and where it's going. I will say this, on first impressions, darling, this has a lot of product. Literally, like, this is one dip, as you can see, and it looks really nice and rich in pigment. And there's still pretty much a lot of product here to go on. Let's see here, a little bit on the nose. Of course, the forehead. And again, this is one dip. This is literally one dip of product. I'm gonna drag it just for the purposes of, you guys saw literally my entire face with one dip, one and done. $4.99, that's all I'm thinking about right now. One dip, $4.99, and this looks pretty good so far. So very excited about that. So let's see if it blends nicely and let's see what it does, how it works, how it performs. Okay, you guys, so on first impressions, this is actually pretty good. Like, this is pretty cute. I like how bright it is. I like that one pass kind of gives you a medium coverage. It says it's full coverage, but on one go, I don't believe that it's full coverage. I believe definitely it's a decent medium. I like how it did a cute job here. I do want to apply a second layer because I don't think it's covering and it's brightening up as I normally like to have it. However, it blended like a dream. Like, this looks really nice and radiant. Even though this is a matte kind of term in the end, it's a very natural skin matte. It's not dusty or gunky or kind of powdery or clay. I feel like this actually is a really beautiful finish. On the times that I've tried it, I've had nothing but success with it. However, again, I do think that this is more of a medium, a solid medium to like, comparing it to the full size name, it's definitely a solid medium. All right, you guys, so this is the second layer of the concealer on, and I am so happy with it, guys. Like, this looks so beautiful. It blended again like a dream. I'm kind of surprised at the fact that this is $4.99 and this performs already so much better than the NARS Creamy Concealer. Like, I'm very happy with this. Like, this is 110% a much better concealer than the NARS Creamy Concealer, which price-wise already, it's blowing my mind. And performance, girl, it's there. So let me go ahead and set this before it creases and I rampage. And let's continue with this review. All right, guys, so this has been set and I'm baking. Before I move on to the rest of my makeup, I want to talk to you guys a couple of things that this guy contains. One of the things that it contains is shea butter, which is very nourishing, very hydrating. It also contains licorice root extract, which, if you don't know what that is, it's essentially extremely phenomenal for skincare. It just makes everything that much better infused into the formula. And it also contains mango seed butter, which to me just sounds so whipped, so delicious. Guys, it is ridiculous how good it is. It's very long wearing. The times that I've worn this off camera, I've actually been doing a couple of reviews and I've already had this on, and this has lasted me all day long. It's a very lightweight. It's not creasing like crazy. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't look patchy. It doesn't focus any kinds of fine lines. You know, if your skin's a little bit dehydrated, especially now in the winter / springtime we're going into, we're still having the heaters on and things like so. And I feel like this concealer for $4.99 has blown me out of the water. Again, 21 shades, you guys. It's 0.18 ounces. It's a steal. This is a steal. This is definitely what I am talking about. This is what I was expecting, if not more, that, for the NARS Creamy Concealer. And this beautiful, iconic Wet&Wild Megalast Incognito Concealer has given it to me for less than half of the price. For the taxes, essentially, almost, of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So girl, step it up. You found the foe here. This is insane. This is incredible. So let me do this. Let me continue to do my face off of camera because I want the focus to be these two guys. I'm gonna do a wear test. I'm gonna see how long, I can go without going crazy and creating a review for you guys. I'm gonna do a couple of errands and I will be back and tell you my experience for the longevity of both of these products and my final thoughts. I'll catch you in a second here. All right, guys, so this is the final look. I mean, I have been wearing this for all day long. I just retouched my skin with powder, only with powder, around this area here. The foundation was breaking up a little bit around that area because of the oil. However, this has supported an entire day of like my life. These hot lights, the heater, the back and forth, so well, you guys. This is such an amazing product. I feel like it played really well with other products. I mean, it still looks really incredible. Definitely a medium. But I will say this, for the price, this is an amazing product. I definitely think that if we were to compare it right off of the top of my head to the other CC Cream by It Cosmetics, you know, girl, you're gonna have to watch a review for that. If you wanna have a review with me testing half one and half another and see what the difference is on it, wear it, test, leave it in the comment down below and I will be so happy to do that because that's what I'm here for, girl. Other than that, I will say this. 100% recommend this to you. Very affordable, $14. You cannot beat it. It works so well. Love the ingredients, love the way it wears, love the way it feels. Like, I absolutely love this. Beautiful. I love the shade. At first I was like, this might be a little too warm, a little too orange, but once I applied my concealer and everything on top, like, I'm kind of feeling it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of feeling the fantasy right here, right now, after so many hours of wear. It is pretty wild, pretty crazy, if you know what I mean. So absolutely would recommend this. Again, the 20 shades, there's a little bit of everything for everybody. They're, you know, stretchable shades, and you don't have to do 2 pumps. You can do 1 and it's gonna look phenomenal, and you can do 2 and it builds really well. So girl, run and get this because so good, so good. Now, with the Wet&Wild Megalast Incognito Concealer, beautiful. Love this for what, $4.99? You cannot beat this. Like, you cannot beat this. So good, you guys. I mean, you can see here it's definitely wearing out, but it's not creasing. It did not break. Like, it lasted all day long. Like, I don't have complaints about this. This is so good. NYX honey. NARS honey, take notes because $4.99 is beating you by literally a whole bunch. Love it. However, I will say this, not full coverage, definitely medium to buildable full. The 2 coats worked really well. Like, it didn't cake up. It didn't really make my skin or my makeup look too heavy, too greasy. It worked really well. So in my opinion, fabulous finds. So good. For the price of both of these, you still have money to spend if you were to buy just the concealer from NARS. Sorry, NARS. No shade, honey, but the truth is the truth. So with that said, you guys, iconic, absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a little thumbs up. Hit the little notification bell. That lets me know you're here and you're here to stay, honey. And I can be more grateful for that. And binge watch, honey. You know it's a thing. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.